Hello, 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 guys. This is your girl Shanidra once and again with Let's Dig Deep. Today's topic is unapologetically me. So, have you ever felt like you were stuck in a box? Like you couldn't be yourself? Um, whatever um, you said, it was always something wrong. People looked at you strange or weird, or you were misunderstood a lot. I'm going to tell you why. Because God said we are a peculiar person. And in Deuteronomy, the 14th chapter, verse 2, it says, "For you are people holy to the Lord your God. Out of all the people on the face of the earth, the Lord has chosen you to be his treasured possession." Yes, you are God's treasured possession. So you are going to be misunderstood. People are not going to understand you because you are one of God's chosen people. He has chosen you. So people are not going to understand you. And then First Peter chapter 2, verse 9, it says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of him who called you out of darkness into his wonderful light." Yes, he has called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. Now that you are walking into your calling, your entrepreneurhood, or whatever your calling may be, we are servants of the Lord. And He has called us for a specific purpose. And we are supposed to be the light. We are supposed to be the exemplars um, for the younger generation. We are supposed to set the example, just as God has set the example for us, as how we should act. And as you can see, I have a Barbie in the box, and she resembles me. She has the colors that I have on. She's in a box very similar to mine. As you can see, she has the camera, just as you see behind me. She has the black thing behind me. I also have this is my whole setup in my box. Yes, God is setting us up for us to no longer be in a box. I have created these Barbie in the boxes. But as you can see, it's half open. So it's half the box so that it can showcase the gifts that God has given you, the products that you have made, all of those special gifts. From my YouTube channel, Let's Dig Deep, to, my new magazine that is coming out um, with the QR codes. I'm also still a photographer. As you can see, there's clothing for the Amore Too Classy clothing line. And that's also part of what God is wanting us. Amore Too Classy is about class and elegance. God wants us to walk with graciously. He wants us to represent him in the best light, just as we ask our children or have our children to represent us. They can't walk around here with a snotty nose and looking a mess and looking crazy. We expect them because they're representing us. So that's how God is feeling. He's like, you're representing me. You're going to represent me in your best light. So I'm unapologetically me due to, I know you're not going to understand me, but I'm unapologetically me. I'm a peculiar person. So I can't be mistaken for anyone else. And um, he knew me when I was in my mom's womb, before he formed me in my mom's womb. He already knew what I was going to be. He already knew what my calling was going to be, what he has called me to do. He's the one that called me to do it. So, and that's in Jeremiah 1 and 5. If anyone has a problem with who God says that I am, we can go to Exodus, the 14th chapter, verse 14. So let's go to Exodus 14th chapter, verse 14. It says, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. So you don't have to explain yourself anymore. My problem was I was trying to explain who I was and trying to get people to understand me and, fight battles that were not mine to fight. He said, the Lord will fight your battles, will fight for you. You need only to be still. Be still and know that He is God. He said, don't worry about your adversary. God for you, who can be against you? He wants you to be unapologetically you and no one else. He made you that way. He set you apart. Um, he verifies that also in Philippians, the first chapter, verse 28. So let's go to Philippians, first chapter, verse 28. He said, be unapologetically you without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed. God will destroy them. He said, go be unapologetically you without being frightened. Don't be scared of how they are going to react to you or see you or misunderstand you. He said, he said, striving together as one for the faith of the gospel. So we are supposed to spread the gospel without being frightened in any way by those who oppose us. He said, oppose you. He said, this is a sign to them that they will be destroyed. So don't be scared if he tell you to be unapologetically you and tell the truth to someone that may not want to hear the truth. But it's not for it. Don't be like Jonah. Don't be like Jonah and run away from what God has called you to do and go through all of these extra trials and situations like him being in the belly of the whale because God had told him to go to Nineveh and tell them people if they do not change their ways immediately within 40 days, they will be destroyed. This was a warning. God said, He told Jonah, go spread that word, go do that. Jonah chickened out because he was too busy worried about what others was going to say or think the people in his hometown. And God is like, I set you apart. I set you apart for a reason. He said, don't worry about your adversaries. He said, do not be frightened. In Philippians, the first chapter, verse 28, he said, without being frightened in any way by those who oppose you. This is a sign to them that they will be destroyed, but that you will be saved and that by God. So if you do what He has asked you to do and spread the gospel the way He has asked you to do it, you will be saved. But you must do it as uncomfortable as it may seem. You must do it. You don't want to have to go. The fish could be anything. You don't want to have to go through extra struggles and fight extra battles when you could just do what He said. Why make it harder on yourself? Because you're going to end up. Jonah did all of that, had to be in the belly of the whale, and what happened? He ended up still having to do exactly what God asked him to do. We are here for a purpose. We are not in control of our own lives. The moment we realize I'm not in control, I need to let the day flow and stop trying to be in control. Don't be stuck in the box. Think outside the box. If something is not working for you, then step out. Take that leap of faith. This obviously ain't working, so at least try to live right. Most people complain, oh yeah, I don't believe in the word because there's too many rules. I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to do that. But you can follow the rules for your boss. But God promised that He will make you prosperous if you obey His commandments and do what He say the way He told you to do it. But you follow your boss that is going to be prosperous out for you, and you're not going to be prosperous. You're going to be stuck in that box for a long time, far deep in, all the way back, not in the front. You're going to be all the way until you get your way out of it. Until you decide, okay, I might as well do what God has me to do. And you will find peace that surpasses understanding. You will find who you really are, not who people say that you are. You're who God says you are, honey. And God said you are His treasured possession. We just read that in Deuteronomy and in First Peter. You are His treasured possession. He has chosen you. He has called you for a greater purpose. You are to serve Him and others, spreading the gospel, not making it your own, but spreading it exactly the way that He has put it out to be. So again, guys, I'm not going to hold you long because this is going to be a short message, but God is wanting you to become unapologetically you, just as I am unapologetically me. I have in 2021 stepped out of my comfort zone to represent myself in a better light because I'm representing a king, a ruler of everything, my father, my heavenly father. And I have to represent myself in a better light. I have to look more presentable. I mean, exactly what we expect out of our kids, God is expecting the same thing. We are the examples, and we have to follow His example. And that's why He has given me the exampreneurs, because the exampreneurs will be the example of the future generations. That's what that since they love to play with Barbies and they love to play with action figures, this is what He has. So as we are in business, we still have to be the light. We still have to minister. We still have to showcase the gospel. So again, guys, thanks again. Let's dig deep, getting to the root of things.